Christian, and I will be performing the Niagra Movement speech presented in 1905 by W.E.B. Dubois. The men of the Niagra Movement, coming from the toil of the year's hard work, we again ask in the name of 10 million the privilege of a hearing. In the past year, the work of the Negro hater has flourished in the land. The work of stealing the black man's ballot has progressed, and the 50 and more representatives of stolen votes still sit in the nation's capital. Discriminations in travel and public accommodations have spread. Against this, we will eternally protest. We claim for ourselves every single right that belongs to a freeborn American, political, civil, and social. The battle we wage is not for ourselves alone, but for all true Americans. It is a fight for ideals, lest this, our common fatherland, become in truth the land of the thief and the home of the slave. Lest this, our common fatherland, become a byword and a hissing among the nations for its sounding pretensions and pitiful accomplishment. And this is the nation that professes to follow Jesus Christ. In detail, our demands are clear and unequivocal. First, the right to vote. With the right to vote comes everything: freedom, manhood, the honor of your wives, the chastity of your daughters, the right to work and the chance to rise, and let no man listen to those who attempt to deny this. Second, non-discrimination. Discrimination in public accommodation must cease. Separation in railways and streetcars based simply on race and color are un-American, undemocratic, and civil. Third, freedom of association. We claim the right as freed men to walk, talk, and to be with those that wish to be with us. No man has the right to choose another man's friends. And to attempt to do so is an impudent interference with the most fundamental human privilege. Fourth, law enforcement. We want the laws enforced on the rich as well as the poor, on capitalists as well as labor, on white as well as black. We are not more lawless than the white race, yet we are more often arrested, convicted, and mobbed. We want justice. We want the Constitution of this country to be enforced. We want the 14th Amendment carried out to the letter. Fifth, we want our children educated. We want the national government to step in and wipe out illiteracy in the South. Either the United States will destroy ignorance, or ignorance will destroy the United States. We will fight for all time against any proposal to educate black boys and girls simply as servants and underlings. These are the chief things in which we want. But how will we get them? By voting, by unceasing agitation, by hammering at the truth, and by sacrificing work. We do not believe in violence, but we do believe in John Brown and that incarnate spirit of justice, the willing to sacrifice life itself on the altar of right. We reconsecrate ourselves, our honor, and our property to the final emancipation of the race in which John Brown died to make free. Thank God for John Brown. Thank God for Frederick Douglass, Nat Turner, and Colonel Robert Gould Shaw, and all of those hallowed dead who have died for our freedom. Thank God for those today, few though their voices be, who have not forgotten the divine brotherhood of all men. We appeal to the young men and women of this nation. Stand up for the right. Prove yourselves worthy of your heritage and dare to treat men as men. Have courage, my brothers, for the fight for humanity is not lost to losing. All across the sky sit signs of promise. The slave raising in his might. The yellow millions are tasting liberty. The black African is riding towards the light. And everywhere the laborer with ballot in hand gates of opportunity and peace. The morning breaks over the blood-stained hills. We must not falter. We may not shrink, for above are the everlasting stars. Thank you.